In 1990, more than 23,000 people were murdered in America, most of them with guns. Thousands more were seriously wounded by gunshot. This story is not a recreation. It's the daily battle waged by emergency medical workers to save the lives of victims of violent crimes. Memphis, Tennessee, August 18th, 10:50 p.m.
911 emergency.
I would like the police to Crockett Street apartment. Somebody just got shot on the other side.
Okay, did you see who shot the person?
He's laying out there in the
Okay, does he need an ambulance?
Yeah, he's shot.
Ma'am, hold on, let me connect you with the fire department, okay?
Okay.
Fire department?
Could I have a police and an ambulance at 882?
What's wrong?
Somebody just got shot, and they still shooting that man out there.
They're still shooting?
Yeah, they're in the driveway.
Check Unit 11, response to an emergency call. One is shooting. Police are en route. Unit 11 be advised. We have information that there are shots still fired in the area.
Check, we're en route. Unit 11, we're standing by at Valentine and Crockett waiting on the police. Could you advise me to get on the scene, please?
I wasn't really sure what we were fixing to get into. We waited down the street on the police to get there to make sure the scene was safe before we went in.
Unit 9, police advise they're in the area looking for the victim.
The extra minutes that are spent waiting for help to arrive could mean the difference between life and death.
Paramedic Chris Newsom and his partner followed the police to the scene.
We're following the police in.
Check Unit 11, 2256.
The police being on the scene doesn't make it totally safe. You always have to look out for yourself.
How far away was it?
Right up on.
2 feet.
Right up on.
Y'all step right back here.
It looked really bad when we got on the scene.
According to witnesses, he was standing beside his car, and there were two suspects. Either they were going to steal the vehicle or they were going to actually rob it.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and set you up for a line.
Oh, it's hurting. I know it is.
The person that shot him was 2 feet away, so we definitely thought that there might be some internal injuries.
Keep it straight. I'm hurt. I know. Keep your arms still for a second. Try to take your blood pressure. Okay, hang on, partner. We fix to put you on the stretcher. We're going to take you to the hospital, okay?
Paramedic Supervisor Robert Young was also at the scene.
In a crowd, everyone is loud, they're excited. We don't know if these are family members. We don't know if these are the individuals who shot the individual in the first place.
Within 20 minutes of the shooting, 30-year-old Cecil Boylan arrives at the Elvis Presley Memorial Trauma Center.
The fact that shotgun wounds have a lot of pellets that spread out everywhere makes our job of working any of these patients up that much harder, because even though they're small, one pellet hitting the right organ can kill a person.
Your belly hurting at all? 400. John, what's its pressure?
I had many concerns about possible severe injury. A close-range shotgun blast, you know, is going to damage something inside. It just does.
Cecil's mother, Barbara Boylan, followed the ambulance to the hospital.
He's okay. He's okay. He's okay. I tell her you're all right.
When I saw him, I was just devastated.
God, I'm hurt.
I didn't know if he was going to live. That was my most difficult problem. I was just worried if my son was going to live. And if he did, would he be okay?
We're under the gun from the moment we do an exam. You don't want to send a patient to surgery that doesn't need to go to surgery.
He's got a hole in his common duct or hole in his duodenum that'll kill him in a hurry. A missed injury may not show itself until 24 or 48 hours later, and at that time, it's too late, and we've missed the boat, and the patient is in a heap of trouble.
Radiologist Gerald Grubbs carefully examines the results of Cecil's CAT scan.
He actually had much more damage to his internal organs than we suspected. He has multiple pellets within the posterior aspect of the right lobe of his liver. He also had several pellets go through the upper pole of this kidney. He also has several of these pellets that did, in fact, actually get within his spinal canal and are around his cord. And if those were to get infected, that could be really bad for him as well.
Cecil's girlfriend, Ines Hicks, is allowed in to see him.
It relieved me some that he was alive, but just that thought, being shot in the back, wondering would he be able to walk. It was just awful, the waiting and not knowing.
Everything's okay.
Tomorrow morning we'll let him go to the floor, we'll feed him a diet, and he ought to get out of the hospital without any kind of surgery. Okay? So he was pretty lucky in that he could have had a serious injury, but he got away with something that we feel comfortable watching. Okay? So we will just keep him down here for a day, and hopefully he'll go up to the floor and be eating and be at home for long. Okay? All right.
Later that day, Ines and a friend visit Cecil in intensive care.
I feel lucky. I'm grateful. It's going to take time to get over this.
Anything you want me to do?
No, I'll be fine. I'll take a little time, man.
Yeah, but just hang in there, man. You know, I've been through the same thing. All I gotta do is keep your chin up.
They left the pellets in. They said that they would do more damage by going in and getting the pellets out. So I have them in my body the rest of my life. It's just something I gotta deal with.
Yeah, it'll be all right, bro. The body will form scar tissue around those pellets and protect itself, but they will never be resorbed or go away. Hopefully they will not set up infection.
That's the main thing.
With careful treatment, Cecil's physical wounds healed without any complications. But the painful memories of that night are still vivid.
I was leaving a friend's house, and I was approaching the car, and a guy came out of the bushes with a ski mask on his face and said, "Give me your keys." I had my keys stuck in my sock, and I bent down to give him the keys, and shot me in the back.
That's good. I thought maybe that he would be handicapped for the rest of his life, but I'm thankful to the good Lord that he's alive.
How you doing? I'm feeling fine.
I do think sometimes that what would have happened if I'd lost him. My life would be empty without him.
Now, don't say cheese, okay?
Look at the camera. It was rough at first because I was in the bed lying down, unable to do anything. Now, just to be able to get up and do the things I used to do, it's great.
Gotcha.
Doctors and all the nurses and everything, I think they were very nice and did just what they could do. I'm proud they saved him.